Last time we visited Vesania, beefed up the rover, and we also unlocked all gateway chambers on Atrox. Now it's time to go a little bit overboard. In this video we'll unlock the core of the planet and we'll build a massive rail system which will connect all 6 gateway chambers and the core to our base. But before we can do all of that, we'll need to craft a ton of rail post bundles. So we'll need to grab a ton of resin and aluminum. Oh, by the way, I added some large storage to the base. This way we can have more storage without having too many platforms in here. And I've also unlocked and crafted some of the medium resource canisters, just to have things a little bit more organized in here. I was also crafting a landing pad, I'll tell you why in just a second. But right now let's get these out of here and start crafting some rail posts. And there we go, we'll fill this whole thing up with rail posts and then we can start building. Apart from building the rail line, which will also require rail junctions by the way, we're also gonna unlock the core and then connect that to the whole train system. In order to unlock the core, we'll have to first dig down there and then use the specific material needed to unlock the core of this planet, which by the way, spoiler alert, it's hydrogen. So we are gonna unlock that, connect it, and yeah, I'm hoping everything works out. Now you might be wondering, why do we need to build the train system since you can use the gateway chambers and the core to teleport between them? You should be able to see an example of the teleportation on screen while I'm explaining this, but basically you can teleport yourself from one gateway to another. But what if you need to bring a large amount of materials with you? That's why we're gonna be using trains on Atrox, and we will be able to transport materials wherever we want using this huge train system. And of course, when we don't need to transport anything, we can just use the gateway chambers to teleport ourselves to another part of the planet or even to the core. Okay, now I'll have to place all of these on here. And then we'll also need to get some rail junctions, and each of that requires 2 aluminum. Alright, so we've used all our resources here, but I still think I have some aluminum left, so I'll go grab that. Okay, so I think 3 rail junctions should be enough. We've also got the extra rail posts in the backpack there. So we can go ahead and put this on the train. That's gonna be a lot easier because we'll be able to just call the train wherever we are. And yeah, setting this whole thing up will take a while, but I've been challenged and I never back down from a challenge, so we are gonna be doing this in this video. I don't care how long it takes, I'm gonna spend the whole day here just building a train system on Atrox, but it's gonna get done. Okay, let's load these up on the train, and now we can directly go to the first gateway chamber. This is already connected to the base, we did that in the last video, so that now we can expand it to all of the other gateway chambers. And of course all of them will be linked to our base from this rail line that we are on right now, so that we can just get on the train and instantly be anywhere we want on the whole planet. Okay, now we'll need to do a little bit of flattening here so we can get some soil in. Here's where we'll place all of our junctions, which I think will need to be 3 of them. Actually, I can go down there. I hope I don't die from this fall. Okay, I died. Great, so now I'll have to come back and recover all the materials from me. And we're back. I wanted to gaze into the odd stone and see all of the gates here. Okay, so from one gate we should be able to go into at least 3 directions, or even just 2. So let's see, if we have one circle that connects this, and this, and another circle that's perpendicular on all of them, that means these 2 will need 2 junctions to be able to go both left and right and in front, of course. Then the other 3 will only need 1 junction, and the one closest to the base will need 3 junctions because we've got to be able to go to the core as well. Okay, so this is the origin node, this is the one that's closest to our base, so this will get 3 rail junctions. And then as we discover the other one, we'll see how many junctions we need for each one. See, it's good to have things planned out from the start because this could get really complicated really quick if I don't pay attention to it in the beginning. And I'm really scared I can screw this up, so I really have to pay attention here. I've also brought more small canisters here, but of course they're empty, so I'll just go and fill them up. Alright, so I think we've got this right. The train comes to here, and then we can use the first junction to go to the left. We can use the second one to go to the right, and then we can go straight in front, or if we take a right here, we can go down and into the core, and we're gonna dig that whole thing in just a minute. So yeah, then you'll be able to go straight and complete the circle, or take a left or a right and get into the other circle. So I guess we'll just have to pick a side and keep on going that way. So let's start from here and we'll go that way. Now this is gonna be pretty interesting. Can we actually go through here? Well, I guess. This is extremely weird what I'm doing here, but let's see if we can make it work. And I'll keep an eye on the compass because we are waiting for the other gateway chamber to appear so that we can take a steady route towards it. Now I'm just doing some guesswork as to what direction it's actually in. But yeah, let's hope everything works according to plan, because that's always what happens, right? And I'll just keep on going this way. I can finally see it on the map, it's right in front of us, so we picked the right direction. I was afraid we might be slightly off to the left or to the right and that we would get very far as we went in that way. But we seem to be on course, and we should get to the other gateway chamber in no time. Oh, but I actually ran out of rail posts, so let's go ahead and call the train. And it should bring all the rail posts so that we can keep on building this. Okay, we reached the next gateway chamber, let's call the train again, and I've placed 2 rail junctions here. This will help us go to the right and the other one to the left, and we can of course keep going in front from this one. And if I actually check the compass, I think this is the north one, but we were coming in from there, so going in front actually means going that way. So we'll get this and we'll throw it in that direction, and then this will go on here. The other one that goes to the left needs to take a little turn here and it will go in that direction. But we've got our train right here, so let's get some more rail posts. And I'll keep going in this direction until we hit the next gateway chamber. And I just got this idea right now, but what if we didn't build this on the surface, but we did it underground? And we could have the center hub as the core, so that we can connect all the gateways to the core and we can choose from the core to which gateway we want to go. But that would mean it would take longer to get from one gateway to another because you'd have to go to the core first. Or we could do the exact thing we are doing now, just a little bit underground in the first cave layer, like a sort of metro system. We might do something like that on a smaller planet like the Solo, for example. But yeah, I'll keep that in mind, so if you guys want to see that, make sure to let me know in the comment section below. Right now I'll keep grinding towards that next gateway chamber. Okay, so we got to the next gateway chamber. I've placed 2 junctions down and I just realized this one's on top, so that means it will connect the 2 circles. So the one that we were at before didn't need 2 rail junctions. It actually didn't need any because we won't use that to go left or right, we'll just go straight. I think we could do 3 circles around if we really tried, but that would get complicated with the junctions. So I'll have to go back and remove the junctions from the last gateway chamber. So the junctions will only remain here and on the other one, because these will be the 2 points that connect our circles. So yeah, I'll head back, remove those junctions, and then we can move forward. And I think we need to go through one more and then we'll complete this circle. So yeah, I'll get to work. This is already taking more time than I anticipated, but that's okay because I'm having fun. So I'll be back in about 1 second.
One eternity later.
So that's the first circle completed. This took quite a while, but now it's time to complete the second one and then we can head down into the core. I had quite a bit of mishaps while building this, fell from stuff a couple times, we lost all our items, we couldn't find the body where we died, so we had to recraft all of them, but that's all done. Now we've completed the first circle and it's time to head back to the first gateway chamber where we started, and now we can start going in one direction to complete the second circle, and then we'll go back to the same gateway chamber to dig down and connect it to the core as well. Doing this will also awaken Atrox. That should be a really cool experience, so I'll just complete the second circle and then I'll see you guys when we start digging to the core.
So much later that the old narrator got tired of waiting and they had to hire a new one.
Okay, so there we go, that's the second circle completed. Now all we have to do is complete the core part. So we'll have to drill down, unlock the core, and then connect it to the whole train system here. I'll take you on a whole trip with the train across the whole planet, but right now let's focus on drilling straight down into the core. Before we go to the core though, I've made a few upgrades to the train, so let's go ahead and place them. Now we have extra carts on the train so that we can place more stuff on here. I leave these like this for now, and yeah, that's gonna help us a lot. And so we don't run out of power while using the train, I've also added this thing in the back here. We've got 4 honeypots that produce organic using the tappers, and then we've got an auto arm that grabs the organic and places it onto this platform, where 8 small generators are constantly providing power. So this means we will always have at least 8 units of power going through the base. That's the equivalent of having 2 RTGs. Or 8 QT RTGs. Great, now that we have all of these upgrades in place, it's time to start drilling. So I'll take the rover, It's equipped with a drill strength 3, a paver, we've got a soil canister so we can build ramps and such, and we've also got a generator in the back so that we can provide power, and of course a ton of carbon so that we never run out of power for the generator. Now I'll drive it to this first gate and then we'll start drilling down from there. I almost forgot to take one hydrogen with us. There we go, we've got the hydrogen. We'll need this to unlock the core, I think. So yeah, let's go ahead and drive over there. We'll get down there with the rover, we'll unlock the core, and then we can come back up to the surface and start building the rail line down there. And since we'll have the ramp that the rover built, we can easily just place our rail lines through there, because we would already have a tunnel. So that's gonna make things a whole lot easier. So you can see up there, that's the thing that will come down and will connect into the core. So I think we should start drilling somewhere on this side. And we'll just go straight down with this. I'll have to keep the generator on while doing this because we are using, I think, 3 units of power per second. And I'm also turning the drill and paver on and off again repeatedly so that we move a lot faster, because otherwise they are pretty slow. But here we are in the first cave layer. We'll go all the way into the core. We should be pretty close here. So we should see the core in about a couple seconds, I think. Oh, we reached one of the pylons that stems from the core. That means we are really close, but now gravity is all weird. And I think we are kind of glitching a little bit. Let me just get out of here. And I'll have to do this. Alright, we are on the pylon. We can already see the core. Wow, this is a big core. Alright, so we can head all the way down here. And you can see the core is unlocked because we've already unlocked the gates on the surface. And I think we'll fall straight in there. Yeah, gravity is a little bit weird here. But I'll just get out and we'll figure this out later. Now let's head into the core. There we go. Do we need 3 hydrogen for this? Or just 1? There's a geometric triptych, so I guess 1 was enough. We can take this, and now we'll need to go up on the ceiling there, using this weird wall gravity here. So there we go, we are on the ceiling now, and all we need to do is place this on here. We activated it, and I also got a Steam achievement because this is actually my first time activating the core of Atrox. And we also got some new missions. We can stare into the odd stone and we can see we've got everything unlocked. There's also an exodynamic research aids floating through here. Now we can see the cosmic elevation. I think that's the thing in the middle of the solar system, but we can't go there yet. We'll have to unlock all of the cores for that, which we will do in future episodes. Honestly, this is amazing. Now let's head back up to the surface and build the rail line all the way into the core. Oh my god, I'm so glad we unlocked the core of Atrox. As I said, this is my first time doing this. I've been playing Astroneer for like 500 hours, but I always get sidetracked with building cool stuff and all of that. I never actually completed the game. That's why I want to do that in this series along with you guys. So it's just really awesome for me. Now let's head back up and start building that train system. Alright, so we teleported back to the surface here and we are ready to start putting all the rail posts down. We've got a backpack full of them, so let's start heading towards the core. And here we are, straight into the core of the planet. Let's go ahead and call our train over here. And there it is, we've got our train straight into the core, and now we can use the rail system to go wherever we want on the whole planet. Now that we've got the train system completed, next time we'll be focusing on the gastropod missions and we'll unlock all the snails to create the legendary snail song. If you want to make sure you don't miss any of that, then make sure you save the Atrox playlist right here on screen. And if you're not feeling like watching that, then go check out this other video on the other side. Whichever one you choose, I'll see you there. Cheers, Astroneers!